Here's another tip from Rolling Strong with insights to help you stay healthy on the road.
Hello, this is Christy. I'm a wellness coach with Rolling Strong. I'd like to take a few minutes to talk to you about reading labels before you put that food item in your shopping cart. There's two things to take a look at. The first thing is the nutrition facts. This lists all the nutrients in the food you're considering. The other thing is the food ingredient list. This is what's actually in the food you're buying. Let's talk about nutrition facts first. The Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA, recently upgraded this label. It hadn't been upgraded in about 20 years. So it incorporates all the latest on nutrition research, and it also includes information that the public really wanted to see on the nutrition label so that they could make better decisions about the food that they're buying. So this is made to help us be better consumers. So let's go through it. The first thing to take note of is the very top thing, how many servings are in the container. Let's say this is cereal. It's important to know how many servings are in that box of cereal and what the serving size is, the next thing. So the serving size is 2/3 of a cup, so not quite a whole cup. And that's a good thing to know when you're measuring out your cereal in your bowl. Are you eating 2/3 a cup, or are you actually eating twice that, or a cup and a third? You may even see the serving size lower with the same calorie count. So you may make a decision based on a larger serving size with the same amount of calories, depending on what you're picking. Moving down to calories, 230 calories are listed very large. So that's an improvement that they made to this label. You can really easily see how many calories are in a product. Now again, going back to that cereal you put in your bowl, if you're putting the cup and a third, which is twice the serving size, you need to double this calorie count. So now it goes up to 460 calories for your breakfast. So just good to know. The macros are listed here: total fat, total carbohydrates, and protein. The percent daily over here is based on a 2,000 calorie diet. That's just a generic number that they picked. Now your calorie count may be higher or lower, and if you go in the Rolling Strong app under nutrition profile, you can see what your calorie count is for the day, what your recommendation is. Let's look at total fat. Two numbers that you should look at: saturated fat and trans fat. So saturated fat, you know, we're all trying to reduce the amount of saturated fat in our diet. It leads to higher blood lipid levels and can lead to heart disease and a whole range of other health conditions. So trying to keep saturated fat low is really important. Obviously, this cereal doesn't have a lot of saturated fat. Trans fat is another one. This is that manufactured fat that is being removed from most products because it's not good for us. It's found in a lot of processed foods, a lot of snack foods, so important to note if there's trans fat in the food you're eating. Moving down to sodium. This is another number that you should pay attention to. The American Heart Association recommends 1,500 milligrams of sodium for most of us every day, the upper limit being 2,300. But if you've got high blood pressure, then you definitely need to stick with that lower number of 1,500 milligrams. And this is really easy to pick this off a label and see what the sodium is. Things, again, like processed foods, frozen foods, soups in a can, those all have a lot of sodium. But there's better options. So if you take note of the labels, you can pick something that has lower sodium. Moving down to fiber. Fiber is something that most of us are deficient in. For this 2,000 calorie diet, you need about 25 grams of fiber a day. Fiber helps keep our blood lipid levels healthy. It helps us stay full, so it can help with weight loss. It helps keep us regular. So fiber is a really important thing for us to try to increase. And this is an important thing with cereals and breads because whole grains have fiber. So you can easily pick something that has a bit more fiber. Of course, fiber is also found in things like fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, beans. And then you can also find pasta that's got some nice amount of fiber in it. And then moving down to total sugar and added sugar. So this is something that's newly added to this label. This is the amount of sugar that's been added to the food. So different than the sugars that you're eating in a piece of fruit. This is regular old sugar that's been added to this product. And you'll be surprised how much sugar is added to things like ketchup, bread, cereal. There's a lot of sugar. So take note of how much sugar is in the foods you're eating and the percentage it makes up of your total sugar intake for the day. These last 4 ingredients down here, vitamin D, calcium, iron, and potassium, are things that many of us are deficient in. So that's why those are broken out there so that you can take note of how much calcium is in a food. So that's the nutrition facts. That's the first thing to look at. The next thing to look at is what's actually in the product, the ingredients. Ingredients are listed in descending order. So the first ingredient is the one that has the most in this food item. So this is peanut butter, and the first item is roasted peanuts. So that's good. But then when you look at the rest of the ingredients, corn syrup solids. So that's a sugar. Sugar, soy protein concentrate, salt, hydrogenated vegetable oil. So that's that trans fat we talked about that you really shouldn't be eating. So the things to look for on the ingredient label is very few ingredients and understanding what the ingredients are. Now, some of the things listed here, I don't understand them. I don't know what they are. They're chemicals, they're preservatives, they're things that I don't know that I want to put in my body. I understand the first ingredient, roasted peanuts. Let's look at a different peanut butter. So this peanut butter has only 2 ingredients, roasted peanuts and salt. So I understand both of those ingredients and I feel more comfortable eating this kind of peanut butter. So you'll have the choice. You go to the grocery store, you see a whole range of cereals and peanut butters, and you can look at this nutrition facts label and the ingredients label and make a better decision for yourself and start working towards your health goals by making better decisions as a consumer. This is Christy Coughlin, wellness coach with Rolling Strong.
We're glad to offer these podcasts, and we hope you find them useful. At Rolling Strong, we're here to help.